UK to transfer over 12 Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine, first 4 immediately.
Here's a summary of the article.
UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has approved a plan to send 12 Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine, with the first units of armoured vehicles to be delivered immediately. A group of 4 Challenger 2 tanks will be delivered to Eastern Europe immediately, with a further 8 following shortly afterwards, The Sun reports. Sunak is said to have held talks with defence and security officials this week, telling them that getting the tanks to Ukraine should be an operational priority. According to media reports, the British government will officially announce the decision to transfer Challenger 2 main battle tanks to Ukraine on the 16th of January. The small number of tanks taken from Britain's stockpile of 227 tanks will not in itself make much difference on the battlefield, but it will be the first time that any Western country has agreed to send its heavy armour to Ukraine. According to Bloomberg, the German federal government may announce a decision on the supply of Western tanks to Ukraine next week. According to Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, 5 countries are ready to transfer Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, but are waiting for Germany's decision.
This post received a score of 8,600, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Almost certainly going to be used for training, I think.
I doubt it. The UK has been training thousands of Ukrainian infantry in the UK. There's no reason not to do the same for tank crews. They might have even done so already. That way you avoid the risk of Russia getting lucky and hitting a Challenger before it even reaches the Dnipro. In all likelihood, these 4 are either being sent in advance to figure out how best to use them in conjunction with existing units, or this is what could be sent immediately with the rest of the tanks needing more work to pull them out of long-term storage.
These tanks, like other British armoured vehicles, have these on board. Ukrainians are pretty big tea drinkers too. Greater than it is common practice for a junior member of a vehicle crew to be unofficially appointed BV commander, responsible for making hot drinks for the other soldiers. ROFL.
Equally funny, a vehicle with a defective BV is declared unfit for purpose.
Immediately is a time frame I like.
It really shows just how different Russia and the West treat war and conflict when we can just dig around in our pocket and pull out a couple of tanks and hand them over like coin change. Meanwhile, Russian soldiers are fighting with whatever Cold War equipment was too shit to sell after the USSR collapsed.
The UK is updating to Challenger 3s with a conversion process and has some Challenger 2s left over that it won't be updating and will instead be retiring. These are surplus. So it's not even coin change. These are some of the best tanks in the world and they are basically pocket lint.
In a way, I see this as a much better send-off for the Challenger 2s that would otherwise be destined for scrap or to rust away somewhere being stripped for spares. They get one last go at doing the job they were meant to do. Hopefully they're useful to the Ukrainians and play a small part in ending this terrible war.
Is there any danger if these tanks fall into Russian hands? Like, can they learn to pass UK defences or hack the regular tanks or something?
Challenger 2 specs were leaked by a British commander who wanted the creators of the tank game War Thunder to change the specs to more readily match the reality.
Only one small part of the tank. I just hope the logistics, an entire new route has to be built for these, is there as well. A tank that can't fire its main gun is not useless, but it's always best to have it. And the UK are the only ones who can supply ammo for the gun as it's a rifled barrel. All other NATO tanks are smoothbore.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.